This lesson will focus on applying our gradient formula to making decisions regarding the steepness of a slope, and this is a typical style of a National 4 question involving gradient. And what you need to be able to do in order to complete these questions is be able to extract information from a diagram and a question, apply your gradient formula, and then make an informed decision off of your answer there. So before we move on, we need to remember a gradient formula, which is our vertical height, so our change in height there for the slope, divided by our horizontal distance. Remember, that's what a fraction means. It means the top of the fraction divided by the bottom of the fraction. So I have an example here, which is the kind of typical format that a National 4 level gradient question will be presented to you. I've got a roof of a new house and it's being designed. To meet safety regulations, the slope must have a gradient of less than 0.6, and I've got an outline of the plan there. So basically my slope of my roof can't be too flat, but it also can't be too steep. I want it to ideally be less than 0.6 here as a gradient. So my first part of my question, I'm going to calculate the gradient of the slope. And then for part B, I want to answer the question, does the slope meet the regulations? So is it less than 0.6? And I need to give a reason for my answer. My answer will just be either no, it doesn't meet regulations because it's greater than 0.6, or it's 0.6, or yes, it does meet regulations because it's less than 0.6. And remember that 0.599999 is less than 0.6, so that would count. So to start off, I'm going to input my information into that gradient formula there. So I'm just going to rewrite my formula, but I'm going to substitute in the information that I've got. So I have my gradient, and that will be equal to my vertical height. So you can see there in the triangle, my vertical height is 2.1 metres, and that is going to be over my horizontal distance of 3.6 metres. And then all I'm going to do is I'm actually going to work out what that gradient is. So I'm turning the fraction into a decimal. So by dividing the top by the bottom, so 2.1 divided by 3.6, put that into my calculator, I'm going to get that my gradient is 0.58333 and so on. So I'm just going to round that to 2 decimal places enough, and it's 0.58. Now be careful how many decimal places you round this to here, because if you round it to 0.6 then you might do part B wrong. So I would always say 2 or 3 decimal places for these kind of questions. So looking at question B, remember I said it has to be less than 0.6 to be meeting those regulations. Well, it is less than 0.6. So my answer is yes, this meets regulations. Since 0.58 is less than 0.6, you could put it as simply as that, or you can write an entire sentence like this: yes, this meets regulations, as the slope has a gradient of 0.58, which is less than 0.6. So what I want you to do is pause the video and have a try at this question. It's very, very similar to the one I've just worked through, and then once you're ready to continue the video, you can hit play. And I will work through the question in full for you to check your work in.